Real Madrid beats Salzburg by 5-1 in a very massive and important game just for us to even survive in the Champions League and try to somehow, and I repeat, somehow, I know it's impossible, somehow, to get to the Champions League automatic promotion, which is the top 8 positions. But let's talk about the game. Let's talk about what happened. Of course, once again, we scored 5 goals the last time. I mean, listen, 5 goals today. The last game against Celta, we scored 5 goals. Ever since we lost to Barcelona with 5 goals, we've played 2 games and scored 5 goals. And let's, of course, talk about the match ratings and who, for me, was the best players of the game. Listen, this is how, of course, we played. Thibaut, Fede, Raul, Rodrygo, Furlan, Danny, Luca, Jude, Rodrigo, Mbappe and Vinny. And I can't lie. You can really say the first 20-25 minutes, it was a boring half, bro. It was a very, very boring half. I think Salzburg was, ironically enough, was the better team. It felt like Salzburg was the team that was trying to make the top 8 and not us. It felt like we won and we already had qualified. Like, we were very sluggish to start the first half. There wasn't really any sort of intent, any sort of pressure within the first 20-25 minutes. But when the first goal came in, I think that opened the floodgates and we pretty much just took it from there. Great goal, to be fair, to start off with. It was Fede who intercepted it. Danny Ceballos passed it to Vinny. Vinny progressed with it, ball carry. Great find by Jude. But most importantly, Jude making that movement, off the ball movement, which is something that we lacked within the first 20 minutes because no one was willing to move around for each other. Like, everyone was just standing still and waiting for the ball to come to them. So Jude just did it by himself. Great movement. His control was a bit off. I felt like he wanted to control it. It was a bad control, but it led to the actual man himself, Rodrigo. Don't forget the R, who scored an incredible goal. But if you think the first assist, because that went down as a Jude Bellingham assist. It went down. To be fair, it's not like he actually meant it. It's not like he created it. It went down in terms of an assist because he was the last person who touched it. But the second goal, bro, he meant that. He meant that. What an absolute beautiful goal. The second goal. Rodrigo was pretty much on the left-hand side, rotating constantly. And when he plays on the left, you guys already know the player that he is and the player he becomes, which is Neymar. He literally becomes Neymar. I've been saying it literally since 2022. Whenever he plays on the left, that brother is Neymar, fam. Neymar da Silva. On the left, he passes Jude. Jude with a first time back heel assist. And then Rodrigo outside the box, curler. Tuno. What an amazing goal. Amazing goal. The finesse behind it, the technique behind it. Incredible goal. And I think it just shows the confidence that he's at the moment, where any shot that he's making, any sort of ball carry that he's doing, I think you can see there is so much intent to it, and he's doing it with so much confidence. He's playing like he knows himself. He's one of the best players in the world, honestly speaking. And then from there, the first half ended, and the second half was pretty much the same. The second half, we started with the same sort of pressure, same sort of intent. Of course, we got very lucky with that third goal, with the goalkeeper making an absolute howler, and Mbappe scored a goal. Even he himself admitted, and he was laughing about it, he was smiling about it, and basically said, hey, listen, I take those. And he of course scored the third goal. Vinny scores a much needed, and I repeat, a much needed fourth goal just for his confidence, because before that moment, I felt like Vinny was having a bad game. And of course, he had a yellow card, which means he's now suspended for the next game, which means now it's been 3 games now. 2025, we played about 5 to 6 games, and he's been suspended 3 times. Like, he needs to control his anger. And to be fair, this one is a bit unfortunate. It's not like he argued with anyone. It's not like he got provoked by anyone. He fell, and the referee thought he dived. I actually don't think he was intending to dive. I don't think he was looking to dive and get the penalty. The referee thought he dived, yellow card, and which means now he's suspended for the last game against Brest. But the 5th goal was even better. Like, the 4th goal was a great finish by by Vinny with a great pass by Luka Modric, who had a very good second half, which of course I'll talk about. But the fifth goal, great. Fede with a ball carry, pass it to Vinny. Vinny with an exceptional fake, and pretty much left foot, bottom corner to make it 5-0, and then we conceded towards the end, very stupidly. There was no one really around the box. There's no man marking. But the most important thing, the players who came off the bench. Jude finally got rested. Dani Ceballos got rested. Rodrygo got rested. Mbappe got rested. And who was the last person who got rested? Rodrigo. Rodrigo got rested. And of course, Ramon came on his debut, Champions League debut. Raul then went on the right-hand side and had a very... Listen, I'll talk about... You know what? Let's talk about the match ratings. Thibaut didn't really have anything much to do, to be fair. He didn't really do anything. And the only time we saw him in action was the goal that we conceded. So nothing really much Thibaut could have done in pretty much the goal and anything else. Fede Valverde, listen, man. This is the first time that whenever we face a team, no one goes and attacks the right-hand side because they know that man are coming up against someone like Fede Valverde. So there's fear to it. Imagine I'm a left winger and I see Fede in front of me. I get scared, fam. I call my mum. I'm like, yo, mum, I don't feel like playing this game. Please, bro. Like, yo, I'm coming back home. I'm calling my missus. I'm calling my auntie, my dad, fam, my sister. I'm doing something. But when I play Lucas Vazquez, I'm telling everyone, I'm licking my lips. It's barbecue chicken. So, of course, there's a bit more fear when you play Fede Valverde. And even in the second half, when he went into the midfield, his first action, his first possession, when he went to the midfield, when Ramon came on, literally he assisted the goal. I mean, listen, Fede Valverde at this rate, as I always said, he always drops an 8 out of 10. Raul was very good. Raul was very good. And he started as a centre-back, did very well, came on in the last 30 minutes, plays a right-back. And I was very impressed. With his right-back display. He went forward. I saw him trying to do 2 crosses, which got intercepted into a corner. Ball playing wise, was very comfortable with it. And he knew when he was supposed to attack and when he was supposed to defend. And I hope it's something we see a bit more often for the rest of the season, just because of the fact how much of a liability Lucas Vazquez is. So I think that was a good moment for us to see what Raul can do as a right back. And to be fair, he did a very good job. For that reason, I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Rodrigo, just consistent, normal performance by Rodrigo. He got taken out. Alaba came on. No, not 6. 6 is a bit too harsh, fam. I said 7. Yeah, 7. Ferland Mendy, I mean, listen. With Mendy, fam, I think every game we see is a concern. But listen, at the same time, there wasn't really much. He didn't get troubled a lot. Like Salzburg didn't really attack us massively. But the goal that we conceded came from his side, ironically enough. He should have done better. But with Mendy, it's just usual Mendy performances. Nothing going forward, nothing defensively. And it's a bit upsetting. You know what? F it. Give him a 5. It's a bit upsetting that Fran Garcia didn't start this game, because Fran Garcia had 2 very good games. The last 2 games he started. And it's a bit upsetting that whatever Fran Garcia does, he doesn't get the praise. He doesn't get the reward to start the next game. Like, Fran Garcia can have such a good moment, but Mendy will still start. I don't understand it. I don't understand what Mendy has with Carlo. Like I said in the watch-along, he might have his nudes. He might have a couple packs of gums, his shisha stick, his cigarettes. There's something that Mendy has on Carlo, because there's no reason. There should not be a reason. I can't think of a reason. You can't think of a reason. The Haywan next to you can't think of a reason. Your mom can't think of a reason. No one in your family, your friends, your uncles, your neighbors, no one can think of a reason why Mendy is starting over Fran Garcia. No one. Ceballos, once again, I can't lie. Now this is back-to-back. Forget back-to-back. It's more than back-to-back now at this rate. But this is now back-to-back performances done as a lone pivot, as a 6. And he's done a very good job. I was very impressed with his first half performance. I think first half, despite the fact Jude had 2 assists in the first half, I felt Ceballos was our best midfielder, just because of the fact he was the only person really defending at a high level. And secondly, pushing the ball forward. Pushing the ball into the final third, making sure he finds the passing lanes, and he did it to a very good standard. The second half, he continued it, and I think the other players around him did better as well. But I was very happy with Ceballos for that reason. I'm going to give him an 8. With Luka Modric, he had a very sluggish first half, in my personal opinion. But the second half was a vintage Lukita display. Second half, he was behind every attack. The assist that he did to Vinny for that fourth goal was absolute peach of an assist, peach of a pass. And he continued it pretty much for the remainder of the second half. He should have had 2 more assists, one for Mbappe and one for Rodrigo. I was very happy with his second half display. First half, I would have given him a 6.5, but second half, 7.5. Very impressed. Jude Bellingham. I mean, listen, you can tell he was exhausted. Like, there was one action within the first 10 minutes of the game, and he was sweating massively. And you have to bear in mind, this guy is playing no rest and injured. Like, his shoulder injury, you can still see it's affecting him, but he's still dropping great performances. Like, he's leaving this game with 2 assists. He could have had 3 assists, really and truly, if Vinny scored 1 chance as well to make it 3 assists. But he had a good display, in my personal opinion. Very good. That second assist was very good, but it was very good. He was taken out. He was taken out in the 60-minute, which means he deserves to get a bit more rest. Rodrigo, for me, was our best player. Best player of the game. And what a performance he dropped in the first half. Even in the beginning of the second half, he could have scored a hattie. But the first half performance was absolutely incredible. And it just shows when a player is confident and when players believing in himself, this is what he can do. This is what he can provide on the pitch. And Rodrigo at the moment is playing with a guy that he knows he's one of the best players in the world. And it's kind of good that we got, before I give Rodrigo a rating, it's kind of good that we're getting to see all 3 of them on the score sheet, because it feels like this season there hasn't been a single moment where all 3 of them has been comfortable playing with each other. It always feels like one person's playing well, the other 2's not playing bad. The other 2's playing bad. 2 people's playing good, the third is playing bad. One person or 3 of them are playing bad. There hasn't been a single moment where I felt like all 3 of them are playing good. Now, Rodrigo is playing very well. Mbappe is now playing very well. Vinny has started very poor in 2025, but I do hope this game is going to be the game that can kickstart Vinny's year. Because if you remember what last year was a similar situation where last season Vinny was injured for 3 months. He came back, and 2025 was when he kickstarted his 2024 was when he kickstarted his year, and he had that Ballon d'Or season, in my personal opinion. So I hope now we're approaching Feb. Like you've already played 6 games and you've been underperforming for the last 6 games. If I had to rank all of them accordingly, I would give Rodrigo, for me, he was our best player. I would give Rodrigo a 9. Mbappe, not the best of games, to be fair, from Mbappe. I will give him a 7, and I'll give Vinny a 7.5. Second half was very good. Second half was very, very important. But Rodrigo, for me, was our best player. For me, the best players in today's game goes Rodrigo. Out of Fede and Ceballos, I'm gonna give it to Fede because he played. No, I'm gonna give it Fede because I think defensively is very good. Fede, Ceballos, and then Raul. Let's see what these kind of ratings are. Let's see what they are giving these kind of players, because again, these ratings means absolutely nothing. Okay, they said Vin. You know what? I'm not even going to continue. I'm not even going to continue because they think Vinny was the best player in the game, which isn't the case. The table looks like this. Real Madrid are currently on 16th place, and with 1 game week to go, we have pretty much, thankfully, qualified. Yeah, now it's now automatic now. It's now automatic that we are now officially into the next round. Oh my God, City can actually go out, fam, which is crazy. But I do personally think there is somehow a chance we can actually finish top 8. Like right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down by myself and do some calculations, do some thinking, do some research, and do some numbers, and just see if it is mathematically over, which I don't think it is. I do think there's a small chance, which I will now do myself. I'll go into my basement, into my geek mode and vibes, and try to come with a solution whether we can actually finish automatically and hopefully finish within the top 8 by the end of the next game week. And hopefully, if I do find that solution, I will let you guys know tomorrow with a video. But in the meantime, don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe. We have hit 47 subscribers, which is insane. 3 more K and we'll hit the iconic 50K, which is crazy as well. So don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to comment your own thoughts about the game and who you felt was the best 3 players of the match and your main takeaways, and I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.